You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STEW to play for free. That's STEW for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STEW, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STEW.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Doctor, this is the mayor talking.
All right.
Doctor,
Come on, what?
always do the right thing.
If you came here to hear for fake, you are in the wrong place. We are for real around here. We keeps it real. This is the Doug Stewart Show, the livest, the realest, the trillest sports talk show in America. Are you not entertained? This is Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce, the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! Game time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is game time. What's happening? Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. Thursday, August 6th, 2015. Thank you so much for joining your boy. I really do appreciate it. And oh boy, we got a lot of great stuff to get into today. A little bit early today, as you notice. We started the show off a little bit early today, but it's all good. It's all good in the hood, baby. Y'all up with me? Y'all are up with me. Oh, man. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. I remember at our last job, we actually did the morning show a couple of times on that station. And I remember having to get up at like 4:30 in the morning and get down there, man. You talk about, and my girl, Rashawn Ali, used to do morning show as well. And she used to always talk about how getting up that early in the morning every day consecutively just like takes years off of your life. It just like wears you down. And this isn't that early. We're doing the show today at 9 a.m. Eastern time, but it's all good, man. Shouts out to everybody already in the chat room. Speaking of which, me and Rashawn are going to be taping this year's episodes of Aspire TV's HBCU playback today. That's why we're doing the show a little bit early today. I got to get down there and get set up for that. We're supposed to start taping around 1 p.m. today, so stay on the lookout for that. And basically what it is me and Rashawn talking about some of the classic HBCU football games of all time, having fun, giving you a little history lesson about the particular schools involved. And it's Aspire TV. It's basically like one of the new black-oriented stations that's based here in Atlanta. So you got BET, you got TV One, and then you got Aspire. And then you have Aspire doing big things, man. Doing big things. All right. Shouts out to all of the Stewies already in the chat room, man. Y'all know how we do it. If you don't know how we do it, this is how we do it. We take phone calls. We read chat all day long. We talk birthdays, and we have a good time on the Doug Stewart Show. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. If you're new to the show, here's what you need to do. You need to go into Spreaker.com. All right, go into Spreaker.com, follow the show, hit the little follow button, and then bam, whenever we do a show and it goes live, just like today, we're off a little bit early today and tomorrow, you'll get alerted. So follow the show on Spreaker. That's very, very important. Do that, and then hit the little chat button as well, and that's where you create an account and you put down your takes and your thoughts and whatever's going on in the world of sports, and I read that chat all throughout the day once again. Yes, sir. So August 6, 2015, we'll talk a little bit about Tom Brady, Jim Kelly, NFL great, former Buffalo Bill quarterback, had some thoughts and comments on Tom Brady. We'll talk about that. Antonio Brown is in the news, and we'll also have a quick little discussion on the top receivers in the NFL. A couple of months back, we talked about the top young receivers in the game, I believe. Your Odell Beckham Jr.'s and your Dez Bryant's of the world. But I'm going to talk a little bit about the top 10 receivers in the league based on a poll or another article that I read a couple of days ago. And I want to get your thoughts on that. So we'll talk a little bit of receivers today. And we'll also talk about some bad news for the Jazz. Donald Sterling and his old lady calling it quits for real. It's official. And a fan-favorite movie is coming back. This is kind of big news, man. So we'll talk about that a little bit later today on the show as well. But here's the main thing what I want to hit today on the Doug Stewart Show. And you can give me a call at 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Just hit me up in the chat, though. That's the real easy way. So this morning, I got on Mike and Mike on the Puppet Factory, and Mike Greenberg's there with Chris Carter, and I guess Mike Golick is out on vacation or something like that. And if you saw it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Mike Greenberg was wearing Chris Carter's Hall of Fame jacket, which to me, you got to be breaking some type of man law by doing that. You have to be. Not only was dude wearing another man's Hall of Fame jacket, which is really disrespectful by Chris Carter, I think, in some type of way. But not only did he wear another man's Hall of Fame jacket, which they don't give out those things, easily, all right? Not only are you wearing another man's Hall of Fame jacket, NFL Hall of Fame jacket or a football Hall of Fame jacket, but he wore it the entire show, or up until I stopped watching, he was still wearing this damn jacket. So no, we aren't going to do, man laws again. And we probably need to do a second edition of the Man Law Show. We did that, 6, 7, 8 months ago. We're not going to do that today. That's just, my opinion about a man wearing another man's Hall of Fame jacket. I mean, that's horrible. But what we will talk about today, man, is the top 5 sports trophies / awards / trinkets of all times. That's what we're going to do today on the Doug Stewart Show. Like, if you could have one of these particular things that signify you being a champion of your respective sport for that year, or an individual award, what would it be? And I've got my top 5, man. And this is the definitive list of top 5 sports trophies, awards that you can have. I mean, this list is absolutely perfect. So I want to get your thoughts on that as well, man. Hit me up in the chat room on Spreaker.com. I'll read your chat all day long today. The number to the show, once again, is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@thedougshow.com. And also today we'll talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and as well as we'll talk briefly, and I do mean briefly, about the Wisconsin Badgers. We're doing this daily NFL, college football team report of like the top teams in the NFL, or actually we'll talk about all the teams in the NFL, and probably like the top 20, 25 teams in college football. The season in both leagues, the NFL and college football, is not far away. I mean, we're going to start the season here in a couple of weeks. They actually got the Hall of Fame game this weekend, I believe. So, yeah, football is here. Praise God. Yes! Woo! Woo! Channel my inner Ric Flair, baby. Football season is here, so whatever football-related you want to talk about, we can do it on this show. I mean, anything. Who is your team in football? Who is your favorite player? We can have football dialogue and conversation at all times on the Doug Stewart Show. You better believe that, all right? All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at Doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. When we get back from the break, man, Jim Kelly speaks on this Tom Brady Deflategate controversy. We'll discuss that a little bit. And I'll also give you my number 5 trophy of the top 5 sports trophies / awards / trinkets of all times. All right? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. It's early in the morning, baby, but we here. We up in here. We up in here. Don't go away, the Doug Stewart Show. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it, and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on the DougStewartShow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at Doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. Once again, that's Doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at Doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. That's Doug@thedougsstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's Doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Throwback Thursday. A little bit earlier today. We will be doing and launching the show at the same time tomorrow on the Doug Stewart Show. So 9 a.m. just today and just tomorrow. And then Monday we will be back at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much for joining your boy, man. Have you heard about what we're doing on Fiverr, man? We are doing some incredible things on Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com. Basically, for $5, you can advertise on the Doug Stewart Show. You can do a voiceover, get me to do a voiceover for you. We can promote you on our social media networks, as well as the newest thing that we rolled out on yesterday, man. Starting at $5, man, you can actually do your own show, literally and figuratively. You can do your own show. We will play your podcast on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network so that 8,000 followers have firsthand ability to listen to it live. Yes! Now, 5 minutes, in effect, 5 minutes is going to be like a infomercial or something like that, but we go all the way from 5 minutes to an hour to 2 hours to 3 hours, whatever. So we have price scales set to whatever you like to do. So if you're a podcaster, man, if you know somebody that has a great podcast, but they don't have that big of an audience. I mean, we don't have the biggest audience in the world, not like a monster like ESPN, but we have a great foundation of listeners to this network. Over 8,000 followers, over 200,000 plus listeners. So, hey, man, take your podcast game up to the next level and go to Fiverr.com and buy one of the gigs, all right? 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 sports trophies / awards of all times. I got this idea from watching Mike Greenberg in effect just jock Chris Carter for 2-3 hours. I mean, that's fine. and do you have a problem with Chris Carter giving up his jacket like that? I mean, to let a dude wear it for 2 hours? I mean, you worked long and hard. I mean, you were one of the best players to ever play in the NFL. One of the top receivers to ever play the game, and you just hand over your damn jacket to a dude? No, I didn't think that was cool. On either part. Either part, I didn't think it was cool. Mike Greenberg's wearing Chris Carter's Hall of Fame jacket today on their show, Mike and Mike, and he's like a kid in a candy store. What? I don't think me personally, I don't think I would personally even want to wear it. Maybe I might, as a gag to take a picture and post on Facebook or something like that, put it on for a second and take a photo and post it on Facebook maybe for a second, but I ain't going to just wear it like it's, it's my mother, like it's a mother bear protecting her cub. It's a real strange thing, but that kind of got me thinking about sports awards, man, and trophies. So today I'm going to give you my top 5 sports trophies of all time. Coming in at number 5 on my list of top 5 sports trophies of all times, man, is the green jacket. The Masters champion wears it. Yes, sir. So your boy been playing golf, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Your boy been playing golf now for about 12, 13 years. And absolutely consumed by the sport, man. When you get older, I guess you play golf. You can't go out and do the things you used to. And I guess it's just the maturation of a dude in this country. And so I've been playing golf, man. And the Masters obviously is the number one coveted thing by golfers here in this country. The green sport coat is the official attire of Augusta Nationals Golf Club members since 1949. And has been awarded to the winner of the Masters each year. The previous champion puts the jacket on the current winner, and the reigning champion becomes the only person allowed to take the jacket off club grounds for the next year. All right, so I didn't even realize that's the way it went down. So you win the jacket, and you're the only person out of all the other people since 1949 that have won it that are able to take it off the club grounds. And I think they actually, that's what it says, whenever you're a Master champion, you go back to Augusta National, you put on the green jacket. So the living Masters champions are there wearing the Masters green jacket. So that's really kind of cool. I can't think of another one. Obviously, in the NFL, they wear a jacket, and I talked about that with Chris Carter loaning his to Mike Greenberg today. But I think the Masters is kind of like the standard for something that you wear to denote that you're a champion of a particular sport or a particular tournament or a game or what have you. So coming in at number 5 on my list is the Masters green jacket. Yes, sir. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. And let's talk a little bit about Jim Kelly. I'm sure you read the story by Mike Rodak, writer for the ESPN. He talks about Hall of Famer Jim Kelly and how he feels about Tom Brady and his, debate, I guess, conspiracy, controversy is probably the better word to use for this whole Deflategate thing. And here's a quote from Jim Brady. He says, Tom Brady's name is being tarnished. I hope and I pray that something comes out to show he didn't do it. Tom Brady needs to stand up and man up and say this is the way it is. Kelly, who said in May that he didn't believe Brady's legacy was hurt by the allegations and punishment against him, believes that Brady could do more to clear his name. Here's a quote from Jim Kelly as well. He says, the only thing that bums me out is if you're at quarterback and you did nothing wrong and they ask you to do something and show something, do it. He says, I love Tom to death, and I think he is one of the greatest to play the game. Do I think he's a cheater? I don't think so. Of course not, because he's friends with Tom Brady, as he said just now in this statement. And here's the thing about it. The last statement that he made in this little interview is exactly right. Is the big thing, and I think people are forgetting about this, is if you're accused of something, and I said this a week ago when the latest developments came out, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, if anybody accuses you of something and you know you didn't do it, especially something like this that's going to tarnish your reputation and your legacy forever, you will come out and vehemently deny it. You will. And when Tom Brady first was asked about this, and I don't know, maybe he didn't think it was that serious of a deal or whatever, or he needed to pay attention, but that was the wrong move. When Tom Brady was first asked about this, he kind of played it to the left. He kind of, it's no big deal. And then the statement that he made that was so damaging and so hurtful is, I don't think I'm a cheater. What do you mean you don't think you a cheater? Damn it, if you didn't cheat, you say, I didn't cheat. I am not a cheater. How dare y'all question me like this? How dare y'all step to me about this BS? That's what you say, definitively. And Tom Brady didn't do that. Tom Brady didn't do that because I believe that Tom Brady is a bold-faced liar. Yes. So Jim Kelly says in this interview that I think that his reputation is being tarnished. To me, it's already tarnished. There's nothing that he could say, and especially knowing how it works and knowing how a locker room works, there's nothing that he can say after the fact that makes me or would make me believe that Tom Brady had nothing to do with and didn't know anything about these balls being deflated. There's absolutely nothing. He may win an appeal. They may reduce his game suspended or whatever. But in my mind, anything he says right now is to try to recoup from what he mistakenly did in addressing this situation before. He's a liar. And bottom line, simple as that, there's nothing he can say, especially, once again, knowing how it works and knowing how important it is, the grip and the feel of a football is to a quarterback, and knowing the dichotomy of a locker room and how the equipment managers and the ball boys would literally do anything for these guys that you want, that they wanted. There's nothing that he can say. So we'll see what happens with it. Jim Kelly is starting to waver, it looks like, a little bit on this story. Very much in support of Tom Brady from the beginning. But this statement, the only thing that bums me out is if you're a quarterback and you did nothing wrong and they asked you to do something and something about it, he's talking about giving up his cell phone for the investigation. But that, along with the way that he responded to the accusations, to me is very damning. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Thank you so much for joining your boy. Tree isn't here today. She had to go see a man about a horse again. So Tree isn't here today, so we won't be able to do a ton of your chat, but I will read some of your chat throughout today's episode. Also, a little bit later in today's show, man, stay tuned. Stay tuned. I wasn't able to sing for you yesterday, man. I wasn't able to present you with a song yesterday because of some old bullshiggity that went on in the studio. Oh, if you're new to the show, man, I actually sing. I mean, not only do I talk sports and entertainment, guy talk, and have a good time doing that, but I also was blessed by the good Lord above to sing. Shut up! Shut up, studio audience! Haters! So the good Lord blessed me to sing. And sometimes, just to break up the monotony of the show and whatever we're talking about, sometimes I'll just break out in song. Usually I do it coming back from the breaks. I haven't done it. I don't think I've sung all week. I'm going to tell you right now, today I will sing. Thank you. Make sure you remember who's writing your checks, studio audience. So today I will sing something, man. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room. I know you've been wishing and hoping and praying upon a star that I'll sing. And so, stay tuned. Later on today, I'll probably give y'all something. A song actually I heard yesterday on the radio actually struck me, and I've been waiting to try to sing or find a song that I could sing from a newer artist, because I've been doing, older cats like R. Kelly and Keith Sweat and Stevie Wonder and Luther. That's what I've been doing. And so today I got a song that I'm probably going to sing for you from a newer artist. I'd say I'm a new jack artist, a new school artist. So stay tuned for that, man. You don't want to miss that, man. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room. Let me read a couple of your chat messages, man. Thank you so much for joining your boy. From Vince Wright, he says, national egg shortage going on. What the hell are they talking about, national egg shortage? Who you got? From JB, Thorny sounds like the perfect night to roll through. Hey, y'all talking about setting up a little, something. From Picola 3, I'm pissed off. Piedmont is not selling eggs in cafe today. Gotta eat grits, turkey, bacon, no eggs. What the F? What are y'all talking about? I guess so today, the show's a little bit earlier. They're talking about their breakfast menu. From who do we got here? From JB Jennings, definitely wore a couple of my pop suits, but that was back in college, though before Ninja had a real job. What else are we talking about here? From Vince said, Doug Tree, please don't. What is Vince talking about? I don't know what Vince is talking about. We're going to ignore Vince right now on that message. Hit me up in the chat room on Spreaker.com. And, post your thoughts. Not like Vince, though. Post your thoughts on whatever we're talking about. And I got a couple of Usher songs that I'm thinking about right now. Post your selection. What do you think that I should do? Give me your thoughts. Give me your choice for the song that I'll sing today. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm going to leave it up to you. All right, when we get back from the break, man, more of the top 5 sports trophies / awards of all times, as well as we'll talk a little bit about Antonio Brown, man, and wide receivers in the NFL. He made some very revealing statements about his game and where he thinks he ranks in the NFL as far as wide receivers. All right, so we'll talk about that. We'll take your phone calls if we got any. 404-382-0338, as well as read your chat. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and #1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! This is your boy Doug Stewart, one half of the 2 Live Stews. Check out my brand new daily show and podcast that airs live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Spreaker.com. That's the Doug Stewart Show daily at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Spreaker.com. Or check out the podcast anytime, 24/7. If you're not Stewart, what in the world are you doing?
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Throwback Thursday, August 6, 2015. Thank you for joining your boy. Really do appreciate it. Talking about the top 5 sports trophies, awards of all times today on the show, as well as all of these sports stories and these little things going on. A little bit later on today's show, I'm probably going to sing for y'all. Stay tuned for that. Shut up. Shut up. So I'm probably going to sing for y'all a little bit later, man. I'm really feeling good today, man. I'm feeling real great today. I'm going to bring up Periscope in a little while as well. I didn't do it today before the start of the show. So make sure you follow your boy on Periscope, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of those different entities, man. We are all over the map on social media. And so I'll throw the Periscope up in the studio here in a second. I actually had to shave everything off. You know how they like you on TV. So I had to shave all of that hair I had on my face for the last couple of months. And so I'm like a bunky face today. That's what my daughter calls me whenever I shave my face, bunky face. But anyway, the number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Couple of birthdays, man. We do birthdays every single day. David Robinson. He's only 49? Why did I think the Admiral was older than 49 years old? I thought sure the Admiral was like in his 50s. Maybe it's that receding hairline that he keeps trying to keep going. But the Admiral is 49 years old today, 10-time All-Star, Hall of Famer, won an NBA championship in 99 and 2003, and named NBA MVP in 1995. Obviously, you know, he went to the U.S. Naval Academy, and so very good player for a long time, great player for a long time in the NBA. Trey Mason turns 21 years old today, running back for the St. Louis Rams, played at Auburn. First team All-SEC. His daddy, Trey Mason's pop, is one of the dudes, and I can't remember his name right now, off of De La Soul, I believe. And I'll try to find that at some point. I know somebody probably in the chat room will tell me exactly who it is. But his dad is one of the founding members of De La Soul, I believe it. Is it De La Soul or it ain't Tribe? It's got to be De La Soul, one of those black-centric rap groups from back in the day. M. Night Shyamalan turns 44 years old today. I would have never thought he was 44. He looks a lot older. He's got an older soul, I guess. But he turns 44 years old today, who shocked audiences with the 1999 suspense film The Sixth Sense, one of my favorite films of all time. My gosh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. The Sixth Sense, man, you talk about a twist beyond all twists. And I mean, hell, what was it, 1999? y'all know the whole story now. If you haven't seen The Sixth Sense now, damn it, I'm about to spoil it for you. I mean, I'm watching this movie just like you were probably if you saw it for the first time, and it never, ever, 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 ever dawned to me. I mean, never dawned to me till the very, very end when the twist was revealed that the dude was dead. I mean, it never, ever dawned to me. Now, I've seen a couple of movies before that had great twists, and maybe at some point we can do a top 5 movie twist of all times. Another great movie twist is in this movie called, and this movie's probably older than The Sixth Sense, Primal Fear, with Richard Gere in it. Great twist in that movie as well, but this twist, man, was just so unbelievable. Like, I remember being in the movie theater, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I remember being in the movie theater watching The Sixth Sense, and when it happened, when you finally realized that old boy, and I can't remember his name right now, played in many, many movies. I can't remember his name right now, drawing a blank, but you know what I'm talking about. When it was revealed that dude was dead the entire movie, me and my wife turned around, looked at each other, kind of like one of those cartoon scenes with our mouths just dropped down to the ground. And then we started thinking back, and then he actually did like this thing where he thought back throughout the entire movie. He was like, oh my gosh, I'm dead. Like, he had no clue. Bruce Willis, that's his name. And so, fantastic movie, man. M. Night Shyamalan. Now, after The Sixth Sense, not that much of a fan of dude. You remember, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, you remember the movie Unbreakable? Not very good at all with, and I'm drawing blanks today on these actors, man. Black actor, I'm sick and tired of these Mickey Ficky snakes and this Mickey like Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson was in Unbreakable. That movie, I mean, it was really silly, and the whole thing was stupid, really. The whole, I guess I understand that's his style. He kind of does these weird, out-of-the-box type things, talking about M. Night Shyamalan, but I didn't think that movie was good at all. And then he also did this movie called The Village. I didn't get that at all as well. Very strange. It's almost like he's trying to recapture what he did and the success that he had in The Sixth Sense. But that ain't going to happen, bro. The Sixth Sense is one of the all-time classic movies in my mind that I've seen in my life. So M. Night Shyamalan turns 44 years old today. Happy birthday to him. Yeah, Unbreakable with Samuel Jackson. They call me Mr. Glass. What? Man, this movie is stupid. I'm leaving out of here. That's one of the only movies that I walked out of the theater. I thought about walking out of the theater on. Usually, if I pay my money to see a damn movie, I'm going to stay no matter how bad it is. I remember in Unbreakable, I was like, man, this is stupid. I kept looking at my watch, and this is really, really dumb here. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. I see Thorny Switch says, yeah, Usual Suspects was fantastic as well. Had a great twist in that. Yeah, we definitely could do a movie with top 5 movies with twist in them. From Keen 941. What y'all think about Chris Tucker's new stand-up on Netflix? Saw it. I mean, it was okay. I hear other people slamming it, saying that it was horrible. I disagree. I think it was okay. Once again, like I just talked about, M. Night Shyamalan trying to, duplicate what he did in The Sixth Sense. It's going to be hard for Chris Tucker to duplicate what he did the very first time we saw him on stage in Def Comedy Jam. I'm serious. And that was for 5-6 minutes. But it's going to be hard for us to ever think that he could top that. And then it's going to be hard for him to top some of the characters that he did on film, and more notably, the first time we saw him on film as well, on Friday. So I think we're kind of comparing him to the dude we saw on Def Comedy Jam the first time, and we're trying to compare him to Smokey. And I don't think that's going to happen. And that was one thing he said in the stand-up, and you can see it on Netflix, is that, Ice Cube has been trying to get him to do another Friday, and he's not going to do it. And he's like, Ice Cube still owe him money. I'm like, what? Ice Cube still owes you money? He says Ice Cube still owes him money from doing Friday. And so it's kind of like a personal beef or whatever. But he's not going back. He's not going back to do another Friday as it stands right now. And it's going to be hard to top what he did the very first time we saw him on Def Comedy Jam. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Top 5 sports trophies / awards of all times. Coming in at number 4 for me is the Stanley Cup. Now, you know your boy. Ain't no big hockey fan or anything like that, obviously. What I will say about hockey is it's much better. It's way more fun if you go and see it live. I remember when the Thrashers were here, man, we went and saw a couple of games and took some listeners to the 2 Live Stews to a couple of games many, many years ago. And it's actually kind of exciting there. It's cold as hell, and I guess I should have known that, but it's cold as hell in the stadium with all the ice, I guess. But I'm not the biggest hockey fan in the world, but I definitely respect that Stanley Cup tradition, man. Ton of history. It actually is a trophy that isn't duplicated. Like, there's a Lombardi trophy for every team in the NFL, and there's whatever trophy for whatever sport in baseball. But in hockey, the Stanley Cup is the only Stanley Cup. It's the same Stanley Cup trophy from 107 years ago. Unlike the NBA or Major League Baseball, the NFL, where there's a new trophy every year, the same Stanley Cup that was won last year is the same and held by the players on the team and in the organization is the same Stanley Cup from over 100 years ago. They just put your name on it. So I think that's cool as hell, man. So Stanley Cup comes in at number 4 on my list of top 5 sports trophies, awards of all times. A real cool tradition right there. Can you imagine if somebody stole it or somebody broke it? 107 years of Stanley Cup of hockey champions. All the players, all the members of the organization have touched the same trophy. That's cool as hell, man. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Let me read some of your chat here from Texas Ty. Right, Thorny, I'm down on the dude's movies, but that trailer got me intrigued. Ha, ha, ha. What movie are they talking about? I'll see here in a second. From Vince Wright, Stanley Cup is the best trophy in sports. Vince loves the Stanley Cup. That's really cool, to be honest with you. And I knew that history. But, yeah, a lot of people didn't know. It's the only trophy for the champion in the league ever. I mean, that's just cool as hell in my opinion. From P. Cola 3, it wouldn't be the same if Chris came back for a Last Friday. It wouldn't be the same if Chris came back for a Last Friday. Huh. And he's talking about Chris Tucker's role on Friday as Smokey. And since Chris Tucker, was the first, I guess, sidekick funny guy on Friday, you've had Mike Epps. You've had, who else have you had? You had several comedians, man. Uncle Elmore, Uncle Elroy, or whatever his name is, that comedian as well. You've had Cat Williams be on there. So the show and the movie has continued to be good, but it'll never be better than the first one with Smokey, with Chris Tucker. But I still watch the Friday movies. If they do another Friday right now, I'll go check it out. I think all of them have been good, and I think they've done 3, maybe they've done 4 of them. But yeah, Chris Tucker, man, he absolutely killed that role the first time ever. From Vince Wright says, I couldn't believe that. Come on, Q, pay up, homie. Vince talking about when I talked about Chris Tucker saying Chris Tucker or Ice Cube still owes him money. I'm like, how can that be? Now, Ice Cube is all about his money. You remember Ice Cube left NWA to do his own thing. He didn't feel like the Jerry was paying him the proper amount of cheddar. And I get that, and I respect his business acumen. Him and Dr. Dre. They all about their paper. But I think just on GP, you got to settle your debt or your business dispute with Chris Tucker. You have to do that, right? And evidently, that is not the case, man. Crazy. And I don't know if Chris Tucker, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I don't know if Chris Tucker was joking. Didn't seem like he was joking. And I've heard this rumor, and these rumors for many, many years, that Chris Tucker doesn't want to go back because of something money-related, and he actually said it on this Netflix comedy special, man. The number to the show is 382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. When we get back from the break, man, we talk about Antonio Brown, man, and receivers in the NFL. He made some very revealing statements. I'll read more of your chat. I might even come back singing. Yeah, I might even do that, man. I'm feeling good. All right? Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Texas beat Hot Sauce. Don't go away. This is The Doug Stewart Show.
Are you tired of overpriced cable bills? Looking for something more? Well, fire your cable guy. FireYourCableGuy.com has exclusive offers on satellite television from DirecTV and Dish Network. Prices start at only $19.99 a month. So go online today or find us on Facebook at FireYourCableGuy.com. FireYourCableGuy.com. Satellite television for less.
In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! I don't like Johnny Gill. He took my spot on New Edition. One of my favorite songs of all time from New Edition is Can You Stand the Rain? So to pay ode to that famous song, man, I'm going to give you my little rendition of Can You Stand the Rain? On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. Ooh. When that's not possible, tell me, can you weather the storm? Then Ralph jumps in. 'Cause I need somebody who will stand. Shut up! Who will stand by me through the good times and bad times. She will always be right there. Hey, sunny days. Everybody has them. Tell me, hey, can you stand the rain? J-Rob, Tree, if you stop Doug singing, we will renege your BPA nomination. Huh? Buster Doug, I see why you got kicked out of New Edition. Wait a minute. Back up, Jack. Shut up. Studio audience, y'all are out of control today. I mean, seriously, we're going to talk about this. We're going to have to take y'all into Larry's office after this show. That ninja, you just cracked my damn phone screen. What? Where's all of this coming from? Who's putting y'all up to say these things? Who's putting y'all... Okay, Tree, jump on for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Did you prompt these people to say these nasty things to me on Spreaker.com?
You know what?
I mean, it's jealousy. Tree, we know that you sing. But you don't have to be the only person that can sing. Okay? I can see it. What do the kids call it? Hating? Is that what's going on here, Tree? Are you hating on Doug Stewart? Dirty Della.
Oh, my God.
Dirty Della. Oh. Dirty Della. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if you're not doing what the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Welcome back. Thank you. I love you. Woo! I feel good. Damn, I keep forgetting to go to Periscope, man. Doing a lot of things during the break. I'm going to go to Periscope here in a second, man. Make sure you follow me on Periscope. Shouts out to all of the Stewies in particular, man. Shouts out to one one particular Stewie today, man, on the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to my man Kicking It with Kesey, man. What up, Kicking It with Kesey? Yeah. And check this out. The Kicking It with Kesey show, and it's pronounced Kesey. He spells it Kyssii. He's one of the Stewies in the chat room, but the man also does his own podcast. That's right. Did you know that? Maybe you did. But the Kicking It with Kesey show is found on Spreaker.com, which we broadcast this show from as well. TuneIn Radio, Google Play, and the Apple Store. It features music, hot topics, and many things you need to know. So check out my boy Kesey on the Kicking It with Kesey show on Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, and the Apple Store. Shouts out to you, Kesey. I was always saying Kissy. It's actually Kesey. He spelled it out for me phonetically. So check out his show on Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, and Google Play. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Talking about the top 5 sports trophies of all times today, having a little fun with that. Also talking about these sports. I'm reading your chat, doing what we do here on the Doug Stewart Show on a daily basis. Interesting little story came out a couple of days ago and talking about Antonio Brown, wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and how he's driven to be one of the best wide receivers of all times. And in a conversation with his offensive coordinator this past weekend, Todd Haley says, quote, he's trying to be the GOAT. That's the greatest of all time for people that don't know that acronym. And, man, I didn't realize how accomplished dude was. Antonio Brown, after 33 straight games of at least 5 catches and at least 50 yards and an NFL record by 14 games, the standard is set. Did you hear that? 33 straight games of at least 5 catches and at least 50 yards. That's never been done in the NFL. And that's by 14 games. So I didn't realize how productive dude had been in his career thus far in the NFL, man. And you're talking about one of the smaller guys as far as a wide receiver in the NFL. He works extremely hard. Here's a quote from him as well. He says, that's exactly my mindset. He says, I want to be the greatest of all time. I want to be special. Things are different now. I'm not that 6th-round pick anymore. And you talk about a guy that has a chip on his shoulder. His dad actually played in the NFL for a period of time as well. And so a lot of times these athletes, man, they come from a background where their father or somebody they know was very good, and they taught them and told them what they needed to do to be successful and to be great, and the work ethic you have to put into it to become great. And Antonio Brown, man, his work ethic, they say, dude, just like go all out. He's like 0 to 100 real quick, to use one of these new phrases, in practice all day, every day. And I didn't realize, man, how good and how, incredible the numbers that he's putting up. And it's all, a good thing for Ben Roethlisberger. But Antonio Brown is getting his man on, definitely. I found this article from, where is this article from? I want to give them credit. From International Business Times. And the writer actually polled a bunch of NFL people and former NFL players. His name is Greg Price. And he talked, and they gave him like the top 10 wide receivers in the NFL. Do you realize that the poll that he took, they had Anthony Brown or Antonio Brown as the number 1 wide receiver in the NFL? I would have never guessed that in a million years. Now, I probably would have him in my top 5 receivers in the game right now. We're talking about players right now in the league. Maybe I would have him in my top 5, but I think that I would definitely rather have Calvin Johnson. To me, Calvin Johnson still, even though he's been nicked up for the last couple of years and always seemingly having injury problems, if I could have my choice at receivers in the NFL right now, it would be Calvin Johnson, not even close. I mean, it wouldn't even be close. Calvin Johnson would be the number 1 guy. Then you talk about guys like Dez Bryant for the Dallas Cowboys, even Julio Jones right here in Atlanta, A.J. Green. I mean, those are guys that I probably, and maybe it's just because, and that's not even an excuse, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I was about to say maybe because their brand or the team that they play for has a bigger brand and they get more recognition and more media attention. That's not it either, because Antonio Brown plays for the Steelers. And you talk about teams in the NFL that get a lot of hoopla, it's Dallas and Pittsburgh. So I don't know. And maybe I got to relook at that whole thing. But if you were to ask me that question before I started reading up on Antonio Brown and this story about him and some of the comments made by Todd Haley, his offensive coordinator, I wouldn't have had him probably in my first 4 or 5. Like, I can tell you definitively, I would take Calvin Johnson. I would take A.J. Green. I would take Julio Jones, Dez Bryant. I'd take all those guys before I took Antonio Brown, but I guess I need to start giving that man more love. I do. Because dude is a baller. And I think part of what I like in a wide receiver is size. And I think subconsciously that's probably why I discount him and what he's done on the field. And that's wrong. And I've always been the little guy for the most part in sports. So that's definitely wrong. But it's something about having big targets. And we're going to talk about some big targets a little bit later on the Doug Stewart Show for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we kind of preview them and Vincent Jackson and Mike Evans. So I'm a guy that always loved big targets. So I'm a guy that loves like Randy Moss, Michael Irvin. I always like those type of receivers because I always feel like they're just an easier target and an easier guy to get the ball to if you're a quarterback. A lot of times you just throw the ball in the vicinity of those guys above most cornerbacks, and they go get the ball. You don't really have that luxury if you're 5'10", 5'9", or whatever. But, man, you got to give some respect and some honor to this cat, Antonio Brown, man. Experts pick him as the best receiver in the NFL. Yeah. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. From Fat Boy McCoon says, I would too, though. Antonio Brown is good, but those other guys are beasts as well. There's a lot of great receivers in the NFL right now. Let me make sure I say that. Not discounting what anybody does. I just named you a couple of the guys, man, and you can even throw in other cats like Randall Cobb and Jordy Nelson and T.Y. Hilton for the Indianapolis Colts. There's a great, great era of wide receivers right now in the NFL, man. I mean, like all of these guys that I've just named out in the last couple of minutes, I could see at this projection of them possibly being Hall of Famers. I'm serious. Just great skill set, and it's a byproduct, I believe, of the offenses that are run now, in some of these other leagues. And when you're talking about high school football and in college, and more particularly in high school football, man, everybody and their mama running the spread offense, man. Every team needs 4 or 5 wide receivers. They got, the spread offenses. They running 4 or 5 receivers. And you got to have a lot of receivers that have good hands. And you have to have a good quarterback. You have to have a smart quarterback, man. And I think the wide receiver play is actually, as a whole, getting better over the last couple of years as a direct result of all these high-powered offenses you see these younger kids running in high school and in college. What are your thoughts on that? 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. When we get back from the break, all right, it'll be hour number 2 of the show. All I'm going to do is read chat. I'm doing it by myself once again, Stewies. I'm doing it by myself. But when we get back, all I'm going to do is read chat. That's all I'm going to do. I mean, hell, it's your show. I'm going to read chat. What I'll do is I'll quickly give you number 3 on my list of top 5 sports trophies of all times. Number 5 on my list is the Green Jacket. Number 4 is the Stanley Cup. I'll give you number 3 on my list. And then we'll read chat. All right? I don't think I'm going to sing when we get back. We're going to come back with that too short, but I'm probably going to sing today. So stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss that. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, man. Planning some big things for the anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show at the end of September. I'll tell you right now, and I'll tell you again today, make plans to be in Atlanta the weekend of September 26th. That's all I'm going to tell you. Make plans to be in the ATL the entire weekend of September 26th. More on that later. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The Doug Stewart Show.
The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show.
If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. Hour number 2, baby! Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Throwback Thursday. Doing what we do around here. Having fun, talking sports, guy talk, sports talk. Shouts out to all of the Stewies. I just told you in the last segment, man, make sure that you clear your schedule, man, and kick it and celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show. The weekend of September 26, 2015 is going down here in Atlanta. A whole weekend of events. Not one event. Not one event, baby. We doing a whole weekend of events, man. So clear your calendar and make sure you're in the ATL. I'll tell you more about that coming up soon, all right? 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Hey, listen, grab a pencil, grab a pen or something like that. Here's today's money solution for everyone. Need more money? Well, I've got your answer. Get more money. Or get money for whatever you need, bills, business, charity, education, or any personal need. This is not a loan. I repeat, this is not a loan. You do not incur any debt, and there's no repayment necessary. For more details / information, visit 5565123.com. Once again, 5565123.com. Yes, sir. A little bit later, we're going to talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in our NFL football preseason reports. We'll talk about the Buccaneers, and we'll also quickly talk a little bit about the Wisconsin Badgers. All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. In a second, I want to talk about some basketball, a little bit of NBA talk. Donald Sterling's in the news. The Utah Jazz is in the news as well. But let me give you number 3 on my list. And we've been doing it all day long today. Shouts out to the Stewies. I'm going to read more of your chat here in a second. The top 5 sports trophies of all times. Number 5 on my list was the green jacket. The champion of the Masters wears that. Number 4, the Stanley Cup. Real cool. It's only one Stanley Cup. That's really cool. For the last 100 years, they just changed the name. They put names on it. Number 3 on my list is the Heisman Trophy. Yes, sir. Now, the Heisman Trophy, obviously, man, steeped in tradition. It weighs 25 pounds, okay? Bruce Smith, here's a little trivia about the Heisman Trophy. And the Heisman Trophy is given to the most outstanding player in college football. Bruce Smith's 1941 Heisman Trophy sold for a record $395,240 in 2005. You remember the great George Rogers played running back for the South Carolina Gamecocks, number 38. I actually wore number 38 in Little League one year in honor of George Rogers back in like 79 or 80. But George Rogers, and we've told this story before, wherever George Rogers goes, he has the Heisman Trophy. You know how Jerome used to be when Morris Day in the time? He'd always just carry around a mirror. Your boy George Rogers actually has a dude that actually, with gloves, carries around his Heisman Trophy. Yes, sir. You talk about coveted. And now, for the younger people, for the greenhorns that are listening to this show, the people under the age of 30, the quarterback is like the big name dude now on a football team. He's the guy. Back when I was growing up, that was not the case. The running back was the marquee player. Now, I'm pretty sure the quarterback was a big name too, but, when I was growing up, I think Tony Dorsett was more popular or more famous than Roger Staubach. I do. I really do. And not just saying that because, I'm a fan and that's the position I played when I played football. I think Tony Dorsett was more popular than Roger Staubach. I think Franco Harris probably was more popular than Terry Bradshaw. I do. I really do believe that. I know good and well O.J. Simpson was the number one most popular athlete in the history of the world. My favorite athlete of all times. So back then, man, the running back was the dude. And so a lot of times, man, the cats that won the Heisman Trophy were running backs, and they got the Heisman Trophy, and the Heisman Trophy was the lick. And I think the thing that really took it over the top as far as popularity, man, was when your boy Desmond Howard did that Heisman pose. And after that, everybody started doing a Heisman pose. Vince Young did a Heisman pose. Cat's Tim Tebow did a Heisman pose. Cat's been doing the Heisman pose ever since Desmond Howard did it. So coming in at number 3 on my list, man, is the Heisman Trophy. Named after John Heisman. Yes, sir. Read more of your chat here, man. Thank you for all of the chat. I really do appreciate it. From P. Cola 3, he says, I heard Martin and Will Smith might not be in Bad Boys 3 or 4. And that's something I wanted to talk about. It's kind of trending on Facebook. They are set to come out with a new Bad Boys movie. Sony announced that they're going to come out with a 3rd edition and a 4th edition of Bad Boys. The first one, Bad Boys 3, is set to hit theaters in February of 2017. And Bad Boys 4 will come out on July 3rd, 2019. It always amazes me how far in advance they start promoting movies or they, put into works a movie being made. You're talking 4 years from now, but they already got a date. That's how big this thing is, this movie industry is. That's how big money this is, that they plan in advance for 4 years. Absolutely incredible, man. So Bad Boy 3 in February of 2017, Bad Boy 4 in 2019. Now, I have not heard the whole conversation about Will Smith and Martin Lawrence not being in it. Now, after hearing that and reading that statement just now, I just thought about it, and I guess I guess that it could work, though. I guess that it could work, and all you do is obviously you'd get the comedian, whoever the hottest comedian is at the time, to play Martin Lawrence's role, and then you get whatever guy or main guy there is doing movies these days. Maybe you get, I don't know, maybe Idris Elba is that's the first name that came to my mind. Whatever hot black actor is going on at the time, you slip him in for Will Smith's place. A guy that has a little bit of a comedy background as well, because Will Smith did The Fresh Prince from Bel-Air, and you give it a new spin, a new story, and new marketing, and I think it might work. I don't know. What do y'all think about that, man? 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. From Steven, Doug, a show idea. Have your brother do a guest appearance on the show, maybe a Throwback Thursday type show. Steven must be new to the show, but I have Ryan on the show every once in a while. He's very busy. As a matter of fact, at this moment that I'm speaking, his wife is about to have their third kid. It's going to be a daughter. So he's very busy. He's a soccer dad, takes his kids around to different karate and soccer. If you follow him on Facebook, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So he's in effect retired. That's his stance, is that he's retired. He's not doing anything else. I guess he still got some of that NFL money or something like that. But he comes on the show every once in a while, Steven. So maybe I'll try to get him on for some of the newer listeners. Haven't had him on in a couple of weeks, probably in a month or so. Haven't had him on the show, so I'll try to get him on. From JB Jennings, Bad Boys Gone, going to be whack if Will and Martin ain't in there. See, I just talked about that. I don't know. One thing I will say about these movie heads, these directors and these producers, these people in Hollywood, they know what they're doing most of the time. A lot of times they know what they're doing. So I'm not going to kill it yet. I would rather they have Will Smith and Martin Lawrence in it. But I'm not going to put anything past these cats to make it, just as good as better or better. Remember we talked about, sequel movies that were just as good or better than the first? That happens once in a while. So I'm not ready to kill the whole idea of replacing, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence and it not being good. I mean, we've seen this before. We've talked about this many times before, where you've seen the example I gave earlier, talking about Friday. Now, Friday wasn't the Friday 2, 3, or 4, or whatever have come subsequently after the first one. I don't think were as great as the first one, but they were all damn good. Sometimes you see a sequel to a movie, and you're like, "Oh, this sucks. I'm never going back to watch sequel 3, 4, whatever." And with Friday, I kept going back. And they, like I said, they added Mike Epps and they added Cat Williams, and it worked out. Ricky Smiley actually was in one of the Fridays as I remember he played the Santa Claus character in one of those Friday movies. So it's possible. So I'm not ready to kill it yet. What do we got here from, let's see. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Max Jones III, isn't Will Smith divorcing Jada? I heard about that. I have not been able to confirm that. From That Ninja, can't change the main characters. They've done it before, bruh. From Lamar, Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. They already do a movie. I don't think are you talking about replacing Will and Will Smith and Martin Lawrence with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker? They already got their own movie series with two cops. Funny, straight guy type of thing. From Stringer Doug, you and Ryan can do the Bad Boys because you, sir, are a comedian. Thank you, sir. I'm very talented in a lot of different areas. More so in singing than being a comedian, which I'm feeling real good. I'm probably going to sing when we get back from the break. But yeah, I tell jokes every once in a while as well. From Miss Mocha Bella, why do they have to remake Bad Boys not going? See there, don't kill it, man. Don't kill it before it even gets out of the stable. Golly, Mocha. Open your heart. Open your mind. Who said it? Free your ass and your mind will follow? Or free your mind and your ass will follow? Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. All right, when we get back from the break, man, number 2 on my list of top 5 sports trophies, medals of all times. And when we get back, man, I'm stretching. I'm probably going to sing. I'm feeling good. Even though Tree ain't here, I'm feeling good. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
All right, this is big. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. We're really going to test our capabilities today. A little Usher climax. Falsetto out this bitch. All right, hold on. All right, let's go.
Going nowhere fast, we've reached the climax. We're together, now we're undone. Won't commit, so we choose to run away. Do we separate? Oh, don't want to give in, so we both gave up. Can't take it back, it's too late, we've reached the climax. I've fallen somehow, feet off the ground. Love is the cloud that keeps raining down. Where are you now when I need you around? Yes, sir. I'm on my knees, but it seems we're going nowhere fast. We've reached the climax. We're together, now we're undone. Won't commit, so we choose to run away. Do we separate? Oh, don't want to give in, so we both gave up. Can't take it back, it's too late, we've reached the climax. I gave my best, it wasn't enough. You get upset, we argue too much. We made a mess of what used to be love. So why do I care? I care at all. At all. At all. At all. Going nowhere fast. We've reached the climax. We're together, now we're undone. Won't commit, so we chose to run away. Do we separate? Oh, don't want to give in, so so we both gave up. Can't take it back, it's too late, we've reached the climax. Climax.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're welcome, Stewies. You're welcome. Thank you. Oh. Oh, man. If Tree were here today, she'd be proud of me, man. I mean, come on now. That's a tough song, man. I mean, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Boy, I mean, see, that song has a lot of range to it, man. At one side of the song, one part of the song, you got like a falsetto. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, man. Welcome back. You got like a falsetto going on, and then you have, a lot of burden in his heart. Obviously, there's something going on with his relationship, him and Tiny, or not Tiny, him and Chili, or something like that's going on, and that new lady that just divorced, the old lady that he was married to. And so there's a lot of burden in his heart, and it came out in song. And so I hope you enjoyed my rendition of Gonna separate. Hey, man, you're welcome, man. Oh, man, and the chat room is on fire. The chat room is on fire, man. Thank you so much, man. Whew. Standing ovation. Kim James says standing ovation. Some guy just posted like 1,000 of those little fire avatars. Thank you. Andre Elam says, Doug, you killed it again. You want me to play it again? Maybe I'll replay it a little bit later in today's show, man. Whew. What's Vince Wright got to say? Man, hearing that makes me long for. We don't want to hear what you got to say, Vince. Vince, you a freaking hater. From the 47 problem, that old lady laugh out loud. Where's Treater? Yeah, yesterday, man. So I had to make up for yesterday. If you're new to the show and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new to the show, man, yesterday I actually sung that song yesterday. And I think even yesterday, I even sung it with even more heart and passion. And Tree thought it would be funny to turn my microphone off in the engineering room. And so she's definitely going to win the Buster of the Week award. We call it the Boiled Penis Award. She's definitely going to win that this week, man. Oh, man, there's so much of this chat here from K3000. He has a bunch of these little emojis crying. He says, I'm crying over here. Usher Chico said, let her up, light her up. He's got a bunch of the little fire symbols, man. I appreciate that, K3000, man. I do it for y'all. Take that home. Take that recording home to your wife a little bit later and get you some. From James Cooper, he says, well done, Doug. Man, thank you, James Cooper. Thank you. Whew. Wow, I could sit here and read this chat all day. He says, from Encyclopedia Brown, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, he says, Doug got a voice that makes people get up and sing, dance, and shout in church. Man, thank you, Encyclopedia Brown. Wow. Maybe my next trek into music, into my music foray, will be a gospel song. Maybe I'll do something like that. I did grow up in the church, so maybe I'll come with something like that. Let me read some more of this chat here, man. I love the great comments that you send your boy, man, for singing. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show from who we got here. And Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce. From Chuchi, everything you sing is falsetto and beautiful, Doug. Now, everything I sing isn't falsetto. But thank you, Chuchi. Thank you, sir. From Fred Mack. Fred Mack said he's going to do the whole song. I hope he does the whole song. Thank you, Fred Mack. I didn't do the whole song. I stopped at like 3/4 of the way. But thank you so much for your words of encouragement. Fred Mack, thank you, man. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. I see some of you jokesters on here, man. Not a fan of my singing or whatever, but can you do better? That's all I ask. And 99% of the people in the chat room are all on board with my singing career in the next phase of my professional life, that being a singer. I performed this past weekend in Bug Tussle, Tennessee. I haven't had a chance to tell you the whole story of what went down with that yet. Maybe I'll try to get to that in the next segment. But I performed this past weekend at the Possum Trap in Bug Tussle, Tennessee. And, standing ovations from left to right. To make a long story short, I'll tell you more about it later. But there's a couple of people in the chat room that hadn't bought in yet. That's fine. People hate on Mary J. Blige. They say Mary J. Blige can't sing, but she's an accomplished singer. So I get that. As long as 99% of the Stewies are on board and love whenever I go into song, I'm good. All right, let me give you number 2. Let me give you number 2 on my list of top 5 sports trophies / awards of all times. A little bit later, I'm going to talk about Donald Sterling and another little interesting story from the NBA, so stay tuned for that. Coming in at number 2 on my list, well, let me recap. Number 5 is the Green Jacket. Number 4 is the Stanley Cup. Number 3 is the Heisman Trophy. Coming in at number 2 is a gold medal. Simple as that. An Olympic gold medal. Obviously very special. They only give them out every 4 years. And when you win a gold medal, it's saying that you, not a team, it's an individual thing. You are the best at what you do in the world. That's saying a lot. There's a lot of people in this world. And to say that you're the fastest, or you can throw a javelin farther, or you can chunk a shot put further, or you can run longer, or anything, swim faster. To say you're the best in the world at something is a lot, man. So the gold medal comes in at number 2 on my list of top 5. Thank you, studio audience. Studio audience has been on fire today. I really appreciate it, man, what's going on around here. To say you're the best in the world at anything at one given moment, man, is a lot. And it's real cool. And the good thing about the gold medal is you can take it with you anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You got a speaking engagement, you just throw on your gold medal. So that comes in at number 2 on my list of top 5 sports trophies / medals or things of all times. All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Man, I'm inundated with all of this complimentary chat. If I was white, I'd be red right now. I'd be blushing. It's not possible, though, but thank you, man. Thank you so much. When we get back from the break, we'll talk about some Tampa Bay Buccaneer football, a little preseason report, as well as the Wisconsin Badgers as well. All right? Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away, man. Stay right there. Keep your ass right there. In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number 1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! I don't like Johnny Gill. He took my spot on New Edition. One of my favorite songs of all time from New Edition is Can You Stand the Rain? So to pay ode to that famous song, man, I'm going to give you my little rendition of Can You Stand the Rain? On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. Ooh. When that's not possible, tell me, can you weather the storm? Then Ralph jumps in. 'Cause I need somebody who will stand. Shut up! Who will stand by
Through the good times and bad times, she will always be right there. Hey, sunny days. Everybody has them. Tell me, hey, can you stand the rain?
J-Rob, Tree, if you stop Doug singing, we will renege your BPA nomination.
Huh?
Buster, Doug, I see why you got kicked out. Dude, wait a minute. Back up, Jack. Shut up. Studio audience, y'all are out of control today. I mean, seriously, we're going to talk about this. We're going to have to take y'all into Larry's office after this show. That ninja, you just cracked my damn phone screen. What? Where's all of this coming from? Who's putting y'all up to say these things? Who's putting y'all... Okay, Tree, jump on for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Did you prompt these people to say these nasty things to me on Spreaker.com?
You know what?
I mean, it's jealousy. Tree, we know that you sing. But you don't have to be the only person that can sing, okay? I can see it. What do the kids call it? Hating? Is that what's going on here, Tree? Are you hating on Doug Stewart?
Dirty Della.
Oh, my God.
Dirty Della. Oh, Dirty Della. Oh.
First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. You know what, man? I really love the Stewies, man. Shouts out to all of the Stewies, man. Showing me much love in the chat room, man. Thank you very much. You really inspire me, man. And I mentioned it earlier, and I'm going to continue to mention it for the next 6-7 weeks. I mean, I think it'd be a good thing for you to come to Atlanta the weekend of September 26th and celebrate 1 year on air with the Doug Stewart Show. I think that'd be a great thing. We've been talking about it a lot in the chat room, as well as in the streets about, you know, the Stewies and everybody in the chat room getting together. What better way to do it, man, than to come to the A on the weekend of September 26th and kick it real hard with your boy, because we're going to do it. They said we couldn't do it. They said we couldn't do it. And the show is only getting bigger and better as we go. Well over 200,000 listens to the show. Getting very close to 9,000 followers. Many more than that. That's just documented on Spreaker. But a lot of people listen to the show on my website. They also listen to the show on other platforms. I'm on iTunes Radio. I'm on iHeartRadio. So we're all over the place, man. So a ton of listeners, man. The show speaks for itself. I mean, there's no other show like this in America, Sports Talk, Guy Talk in America. So thank you so much. Try to make it down here on the weekend of September 26th, man. We're going to do it real, real big. You'll hear more about it. This segment is brought to you by National Debt Relief. They're one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, specializing in debt settlement. And they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Core services offer debt settlement as an alternative, I repeat, an alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. So give them a call, man, 844-828-4975 before you file bankruptcy. Give these folks a chance to see if they can help you out. Make sure and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. All right, let's talk a little bit of football, man. Preseason is here, and we're trying to get into a football frame of mind. So today, let's talk a little bit about the Wisconsin Badgers from the Big Ten. Paul Chryst comes in as the new head coach of the Badgers after being at Pittsburgh for a couple of years and doing some big things there. So he's the first-year head coach for the Wisconsin Badgers. Has had great success, once again, as I mentioned, at the University of Pittsburgh. Last year, the Wisconsin Badgers, solid year. They only lost 3 games. They've been one of the top teams in the Big Ten for many, many years. I guess when you talk about the Big Ten, obviously you talk about Ohio State. You talk about Michigan State. And Michigan used to be one of those teams you talk about. But Wisconsin's been on the upswing over the last couple of years. Only lost 3 games last year. Lost to Ohio State where they got their asses blown out 59-0 at the end of the year. And then earlier in the season they lost a disappointing game to the Northwestern team as well. And then they lost early in the year, the first game of the season, to the LSU Tigers. And you lose to an LSU team, a team from the SEC, that's nothing to hold your head down about. This year, on their schedule, they got a huge game, the very first game of the season on ABC, probably like one of the kickoff games, taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide. So we'll kind of get a good view of where they stand right now. As I mentioned, when you talk Big Ten football, it's Ohio State, it's Michigan State, and Wisconsin has been kind of like that third team in that conference over the last couple of years. The big question is who is going to replace Melvin Gordon, who got drafted this year in the first round by the San Diego Chargers. Look for a guy named Derek Watt, highly heralded coming out of high school. And Wisconsin has had a lot of great running backs. And I'm not going to say great. They've had a lot of very good running backs over the last couple of years. And the thing about them, and traditionally with that organization, that program, is that they always got big cornbread-eating country boys up on that front line, man, open up huge holes for the running backs. You remember Ron Dane was there many, many years ago, won the Heisman Trophy, shouldn't have won the Heisman Trophy. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Should have went to my homeboy Joe Hamilton. But Ron Dane, man, he was always one of those backs I talked about that really benefited from having a great offensive line and a great team in front of him. I never thought that he was that great of a running back. So they've always got a great line in front of the running backs and the skilled players in that offense. So Wisconsin probably is going to come in third, may vie for second place in that conference, but there may be some growing pains because of the new head coach, Paul Chryst. NFL, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A real interesting team to talk about, I think, man, with all the additions to the squad. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man, the NFL won actually 2 games last year. Obviously, they had a horrible record having the first pick in the draft, and who they used that draft on, you know the deal. They picked up your boy Jameis Winston from Florida State. So they got Jameis Winston. They also drafted Henry Melton, defensive tackle as well, is going to be a big addition to that team. Some guys that are gone from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Adrian Claiborne, who's now playing for the hometown Atlanta Falcons. Josh McCown is gone as well. Michael Johnson, defensive end, who didn't do a lot in his 1 year down in Tampa Bay, went back to Cincinnati, former Georgia Tech player, standout. Real disappointment last year. They gave him a boatload of money and did not produce. Deshaun Golson as well, defensive back, is no longer with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the thing. And talking about Tampa Bay, the whole story of Tampa Bay going into training camp is about that offense and about Jameis Winston. Can he duplicate what he did in college at Florida State? Can he do it early in his career? He's got a great set of weapons, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. And talking about the wide receivers, you got Mike Evans, the talented wide receiver out of Texas A&M, and you've got Vincent Jackson, the veteran. You're talking about wide receivers that are 6'4", 6'5". Big bodies, not no skinny guys. These are big guys, in effect, kind of like tight ends playing wide receiver. So he's got some great weapons to throw to there in Tampa Bay. I'm looking for James to come out strong. I am. If you remember Jameis Winston's first game, I think it was like a feature game, one of those kickoff classics when he got to Florida State, man. I think he went like 25 for 27 or something crazy like that. So the bright lights do not scare this young man. Now they're saying that, he's not doing as good as Marcus Mariota in training camp. Marcus Mariota, quote unquote, hasn't thrown an interception yet. We'll see. We'll see. That's practice. So when you got live bodies coming at you in the game, in real time action, it's a different story. So we'll see what happens. I think that that Jameis Winston is going to be a great NFL player. I said the same thing about Johnny Manziel a couple of years ago. Hopefully that's not the same case. And listen, I haven't closed the book on Manziel yet. I just haven't done that yet. We'll see what happens with him this year. This year will go a long way in telling his future. But I think Jameis Winston is going to be a great NFL player. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, this might be the draft where they turn things around. And Jameis Winston and Mike Evans become the core of that team offensively, and they start winning more games. So there you have it, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Wisconsin Badgers. Also, Doug Martin. What was his nickname? They call him something hamster, something gerbil, muscle hamster. The running back for Tampa Bay, man, really a disappointment in the last couple of years, been dealing with injuries. You remember his rookie year, fantastic rookie year. They're looking for him to get back to that type of play and to that level of play for the running game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Thank you so much for all in the chat. Let me read more of it. And I'm looking at Waterhead Walter right now, and he has his thumbs up that we can replay my rendition of Usher's Climax coming back from the break in the next segment. So stay tuned for that. If you missed it, we'll play a little bit of it coming back. Or even if you want to hear it again because you were that mesmerized, just stay tuned. Just stay tuned, all right? Let me read some of your chat here before we jump to a break. From Clay Davis's Sheed Advisor, Doug singing is waking people up out of their coma. It's a miracle. Doug, your singing is heavenly. Heavenly. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. From That Ninja, man says my voice is heavenly or heavenly. He says that I'm waking people up from the grave. I mean, that's hey, listen, that's you're taking a little far there, man. I know my singing is great, but, I mean, wow. From That Ninja, you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From That Ninja, one of my favorite Stewies of all time. Shouts out to you, That Ninja. From That Ninja, he says, Doug, you need glasses and a refresher math course. 99% of the Stewies love your music. It's more like 100, Doug. Wow. Wow. I'm honored. I'm honored and flattered. I mean, wow, I tried to play it safe and say 99%. That ninja said 100% of the people love your singing. Wow. Wow. Whoa, boy. I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Thank you, That Ninja. Oh, wow. Wow. All right. When we get back from the break, man, we'll talk a little bit of NBA. I'll read more of your chat. We'll continue to have a good time around here, man. I mean, are you not entertained? Are you not? Who else has a fun show like this? I mean, who else? Who else does it like this? Nobody. To quote the great John Harborough, nobody. Keep it locked. The Doug Stewart Show. Yes, sir. All right. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on thedougstewartshow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up. and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. All right, let's go.
Going nowhere fast, we've reached the climax. We're together, now we're undone. Won't commit, so we choose to run away. Do we separate? Oh, don't wanna give in, so we both gave up. Can't take it back, it's too late, we've reached the climax.
Listen to this part.
I've fallen somehow. Feet off the ground.
Yes!
Love is the cloud
Sing it, Dougie!
that keeps raining down.
You better sing that song, boy.
Are you now?
Yes, sir.
When I need you around. Yes, sir. I'm on my knees, but it seems we're going nowhere fast. Reach
Oh, man, thank you. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show.
together.
Oh, you better sing this song, boy.
So we choose to run away. Do we separate?
Oh, man, welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Oh, thank you so much for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show, man. Oh, that boy, wait a minute.
You get upset. We argue too much.
Oh, listen to this part.
We made a mess.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show.
Be loved. So why do I care? I care at all. At all.
Yes, sir.
At all. At all.
Oh, man, thank you. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show, man. Thank you so much for joining you, boy. Oh, man, I'm just sitting back here in the studio reading these comments, man, on Spreaker.com, on the chat room, or in the chat room, man. Thank you for all of those comments, man. I say thank you a lot, man, because I really do mean it. I really do mean it, man. You know, once again, we're coming up on a year, and a lot of people, you know, doubted us. A lot of haters, I would call them, like the young people say. A lot of haters doubted the Doug Stewart Show. It's online. You don't have your brother. Even though I wish Ryan could do it. You don't have your brother. You guys, you know, you're a team. Why would you do the Doug Stewart Show? And a year later, we are flourishing. Not only that. Yes, sir. Not only that, but a year later, we are flourishing. And we about to celebrate like it was 1999, the weekend of September 26th. More details on that. New listeners, more listens, people passing the word. I mean, we're kicking off this whole, what's the word I'm looking for? The whole entertainment side of the network, the whole network side of this thing, where we're going to executive produce other shows and whatnot. So, I mean, we're blessed, man. Praise God. Praise God. Let the haters be your motivators. And the biggest thing, I just thought about this, and the biggest thing that's come from this whole year of me doing the Doug Stewart Show is the fact that I found my love and my talent of song. And that's actually happened pretty recently. A couple of weeks ago, I started singing. And, I mean, I've excelled in it. So thank you so much, Stewies, for supporting me and supporting the show and supporting this movement of independent radio. You know, I really foresee and project that in 10 years, this is going to be the norm. I mean, it's going to be the norm because people want more specific, defined things to listen to. And celestial radio, terrestrial radio, man, is, I'm not going to say going the way of the dinosaur, but you're starting to see a lot more prominent people do this. So we are definitely ahead of the curve here on the Doug Stewart Show. I've been trying to mention this for the last couple of days, and I got to give you my number one sports trophy award of all time. Dante Exum, man, the number one draft pick of the Utah Jazz, in an exhibition game playing for Team Australia. He tore up his knee, man. He tore his ACL, so he's done for the year. Yeah, he's done for the year. And actually, I don't know why y'all booing or why y'all clapping. The young man is done for the year, playing for the Australian national team, so that's bad luck. Utah just can't get right. It's almost like they're built on an Indian burial ground or something like that. They can never get right. The years that they had their best players ever, they had to go up against Michael Jordan, you know, and being in the West in itself is just a problem. So Utah takes a real tough blow. Their first-round draft pick, I think he was the fourth pick in the draft this year. Great skill set. One of those players that has the all-around game, kind of like a two-guard, Kobe Bryant, a Michael Jordan-type game. Not saying he's those guys, obviously, but saying that he has a lot of tools in his bag as far as a player. And Utah was depending on him, and he's not going to be there this year for them at all. Also, man, Donald Sterling is suing his wife in the NBA in federal court over selling his team for $2 billion. And also, him and his wife recently got a divorce. They've been married 60 years. Donald Sterling, if you're new to the show and don't know anything about basketball, he was the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers. Big controversy about being a racist, this, that, and the other. Had to sell a team, and they sold the team for $2 billion. Him and his wife, Shelly, are getting divorced. They've been married for 60 years. He's 81 years old. That's crazy. That's unbelievable. So there goes a couple of stories from the world of the NBA. And also, let me finish up my top 5 sports trophies of all times. Number 5 on my list was the green jacket, which goes to the winner of the Masters. Number 4 on my list was the Stanley Cup, which I'm not really a soccer fan, a hockey fan, or anything like that. But the Stanley Cup and this tradition of, you know, the fact that it's only one Stanley Cup, and every year teams put their names on it that win that championship for that year, I think is real cool. Coming in at number 3 is the Heisman Trophy. Desmond Howard really gave it a lift and made it more fun, I think. Everybody's trying to do the Heisman polls now. Classic trophy, old school trophy. Number 2 on my list was a gold medal. I mean, you can't be mad at a dude to win the gold medal. You're actually the best at what you do in the world for that year. Coming in at number 1 on my list of top 5 sports trophies of all times is a Super Bowl ring. Yeah. There's nothing better than showing off your Super Bowl ring, man. If you're an NFL player, if you're an athlete, period, because you can take it with you. I mean, you take it with you. You cannot beat that. And so I remember a couple of years ago, we were at the Super Bowl, Stu's, broadcasting from Radio Row, and we interviewed the great Mean Joe Green. And Mean Joe Green had on one of his Super Bowl rings, and he took it off and showed it to us. When I tell you, that ring was like a mini donut. It was like a mini Krispy Kreme. The ring is huge, and he got big-ass fingers. You know, he was a defensive lineman or whatnot. But a Super Bowl ring is something that you could always have with you wherever you go. It ain't like a Stanley Cup or a jacket they don't even let you take away from the damn clubhouse, you know, or the Stanley Cup which goes around, you know, to different teams, and you just put your name on it. No, Super Bowl ring. A Super Bowl ring, man, is a showpiece that you take with you everywhere. And so I think that's number one as far as sports trophies of all times. Let me go ahead and grab a caller. Oh, we just missed the caller. But call back if you can. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You had been holding for a second. I didn't get a chance to grab you. If you call back, I'll put you on. But, yeah, a lot of fun today, man. Once again, we got to shut the show down or start the show early at 9 a.m. Again tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for the show. 9 to 11 a.m. Today and tomorrow only. And then starting Monday, we will be back at 10 a.m. Let me go ahead and grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
Doug Stewart, what's that?
What's up? Who's this?
T from Huntsville, sir.
T from Huntsville. What up, baby?
Oh, man, just enjoying the show, sir. Just enjoying the show. Just wanted to talk
T.
Yeah.
Before you get into what you want to talk about sports-wise, what'd you think about that Usher remake selection that I performed a little bit earlier, T? Give me your honest opinion, T.
Man, you know, that used to be one of my favorite songs, man. I kind of liked that song at one point in life.
And so you really love it now. Wow, T. Thank you, T. Thank you. T was about to crack some kind of damn joke around here. That ain't gonna happen today, man, T. We know you funny. We know you're a funny guy. Talking about that was one of his favorite songs. Oh, man, T, I love you, bruh. See you in the weekend of September 26th. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Turn your ass around, T. I'll see you in the weekend of September 26th. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. We'll do it again tomorrow, 9 a.m. Once again, for the second day in a row, 9 a.m. All right, 9 a.m. Make sure you're tuned in. Shouts out to the Tree of Life, not here today. She had to go see a man about a horse, but it's all good. Thank you, Tree, for all that you do. Waterhead Walter, he made it possible that we could replay my selection of today, Usher's Climax. Thank you so much, Waterhead Walter. Great job today, Waterhead. Shouts out to Dwayne Vassan, Gerald Oliveri, my engineers for the show. Thank you. I love you, and a big shout out, a big special thank you to all of the Stewies. I love you. We'll do it again tomorrow, 9 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Time, 9 a.m. to 11 tomorrow. The Doug Stewart Show. Peace.